I got to start with this one first. That's the Ravens coach, John Harbaugh or Wang Harbs. And hopefully I can say that on the internet like that was created on Steel Curtain Network, Wang Harbs. But guys, today I'm talking about Steelers playoffs, success and fails, right? Last few years, it has been tough. And I don't know just yet if I'm going to watch. I seriously don't know. Um, as we know, we have to watch this one. KC versus 49ers. KC beat the Ravens. 49ers beat the Lions. Lions were up 17 points. Should have won the game. Field goals. Defense got ran over, right? Fumbled the ball. Niners came back to win. And it started to make me think. And also, shout out to my good mate, Derek. You're the best dude out there in Detroit and things that you've built out there. If you do see this video, shout out to you for what you've done with your community, your Lions community, 18,000 subs, having a great time. You went all the way to San Fran to cheer your team on, and that's what it's about, right? That's what it's about. So I was hoping to see this, Chiefs versus Lions, but unfortunately, we have to watch KC versus 49ers. And you know what? I'm not even sure if I'm going to watch it. I don't know just yet. You've got the on one side, you have KC, who's been there now to 6 AFC championship games, and now I think 3 or 4 Super Bowls. 4, right? 4, I think, in 6 years. Mahomes has won 2. He's lost 1. And on the other side, you've got the 49ers going for their, 9th time? I think going to the Super Bowl, and they've won 5. So we've seen this matchup a few years ago, and KC, I believe, with Mahomes won it. And yeah, as a fan, I think as a fan of the other 30 teams, Bengals, Raiders, Jets, Giants, whoever it may be, Broncos, I don't know. We don't want to watch this one. Why would you want to watch KC, who's been killing it for 6 years in a row since they got Mahomes? And also, why would you want to watch 49ers, win their 6th? They've been there before. But it shows you how tough this is, how tough the NFL is, how hard it is to get into the Super Bowl. And that's why I want to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers, success, failures, and every year, only one team can win every single year. And as a fan base, if you are Steelers or you are Bears or whoever you might be, Packers, I don't know. I'm just naming teams that are in the division or whatever, what I'm saying, right? Only one team can win. So that's why I do stress a bit when it comes down to Mike Tomlin. And yes, we've lost 5 playoff games now back to back to back. We haven't won one since 2016, but it's really hard. And that's why you've also got to enjoy the success we saw in Super Bowl 40 run, which is now 18 years ago, which is crazy to me. When I was younger, now I'm getting a bit older with gray hair, and I'm getting much older than I used to be, being 13, 14 years of age, watching my team, Hines Ward and Randall L, do a fake pass or a receiver pass to the end zone, and Jerome Bettis winning one for him, right? So that's the success. And yes, the Steelers haven't been there for a long time, but out of all 32 teams, it's tough. It's very, very hard to get there. That's why it's so emotional. I was watching my good mate Derek, who's a Lions guy, and the Lions haven't been there, I think, in a championship game since 1956 or something similar. Like, they haven't been that far since then. So when you see stuff like this where the teams like Chiefs and 49ers, Chiefs been going back to back, you have to enjoy that. If you are the Chiefs, and I know a lot of fans don't want to see Chiefs because of Kelsey and Taylor Swift, I'm a bit over it too. But I will say this. I do think that Kelsey, I think he wins MVP. And I've got a bit of a hunch that he proposes to Swift on the day. They win the Super Bowl. It's number 3 for Mahomes. He wins another one. He gets down on one knee. And after the streamers come down, that Travis Kelce is going to propose to Swifty. It could happen. It could be in the script or the narrative, right? But you look at these two teams, and look, for the fan bases being KC or the 49ers, it's so much fun. It's awesome what they're building there with Kittle and Brock Purdy and Debo and those guys out there on the other side. Kelsey, Pacheco, is it his name? The running back, and blokes like that, and Mahomes, of course. So it's fun for them. But the other 30 teams, we're sitting back going, we haven't done anything squat for ages. Now, I was enjoying this year that the Browns got knocked out. It's always fun for them to not win one. But you've got to feel for the fan base sometimes. You have to a little bit, right? Even though it's funny, you still got to feel for them a little bit. And also the Ravens got knocked out yesterday. And I was making fun of the fan base because they were so full of ego and like, we're going to win everything. And they were labeling themselves as like the AFC, the AFC Cowboys. And Cowboys do the same thing. But I wanted to go through some like successes or success that the Steelers had, right? And some failures too. So we've had here 2023 playoffs. We lost, of course, to the Buffalo Bills. We were beaten against the Chiefs in 2021. The Browns was a game where the ball went over Ben's head in 2020. So that's Bills, Chiefs, Browns, loss. Jaguars in 2017. And then, of course, to New England was 2016, where it finally stopped. In the road to Super Bowl 51, it stops. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? 5 failures. And they can make the argument. People will say it's time to move on from Tomlin. Maybe it's like the Andy Reid situation where it's best for both parties where they separate and move on. I'm not in that camp. I'm more in give Tomlin an extension and hopefully we can move things together. But I do understand logic on both sides, and I don't want to start an argument. You can say fire Tomlin, and I'll say keep Tomlin. But that's the failure, okay? But when you summarize things too, and you work back around it, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 games that we've lost, all righty? What about the games that we won, though? And when you go back to 2005, right? We went on a crazy run to win Super Bowl 40. So we beat Cincinnati, we beat the Colts. That's when Big Ben came back to knock that guy over after the bus fumbled it. And then you also had beating the Broncos in the Super Bowl 40, 2006. So ages ago, we won our 5th Super Bowl, right? 21-10. The year after that, we lose to the Jaguars 31-29. And then 1 year after that, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they win in Super Bowl 43, 27-23, right? And then a few years after that, or 2 years after that in 2010, the Steelers go on to verse Packers in the Super Bowl 2. So in a space of about, 4 or 5 years, the Steelers go to 3 Super Bowls. That should mean something. And that's why I say it's so hard to get there. And like the Lions fans, it's taken them forever, almost half a century to get back or have a chance to even almost go to a Super Bowl. And they've never been. The Texans have never been. The Browns have never been. The Jaguars have never been. And also these teams here, the 12 teams that I'll count down, right? Sorry, I haven't got them here. But the playoff droughts as well. So playoff droughts, New York Jets are 13 seasons. Denver Broncos is 8. Carolina's 6. Falcons 6. And Commanders 3. Colts 3. Bears 3. Right? Then go to some more stats. Dolphins haven't won a playoff game since 2000. So 23 years. They've lost to Oakland in 2000. In 2001, Baltimore. 2008, Baltimore. 2016 was us, Pittsburgh. 2022 was Buffalo. And the wild card versus KC. You see what I'm trying to get at here? It's really freaking hard. It's really hard to win playoff games and also to win the big one. So I give a shout out to KC. I give a shout out to 49ers. I just don't know if I'm going to watch. Rightio. So Vegas have also been 21 years since the last playoff win. 2002, they lost to Tampa Bay. I think that was the Tuck rule. 2016 was against Houston. 2021 was against Cincinnati. Commanders, they haven't won one since 2005. They've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. New York Jets haven't won one, a playoff game since 2010. And that was against, their last, that's their losing streak was 2010, was versus versus us in the championship game, right? The Bears, they are also on a 3-game losing streak versus 2010 Green Bay, Philadelphia, and 2020 in the New Orleans, right? So you see where I'm getting at. I know it's a long episode, but you see where I'm getting at. It's really hard to win playoff games. It's really hard to not only win the Super Bowl. So in 2 weeks' time, it all starts again. Like dead set. We go into scouting, combine, draft mode, free agent period. We get these guys moving again. We still need a coaching staff. We still need an OC. We still need to find out what happens with Mike Tomlin in his contract, and we start again. That's how crazy it is. We have the Pro Bowl next week. Nobody's going to watch that. Then we have the Super Bowl the week after that. I don't know who's going to watch that. I'm a maybe. I don't know. But overall, I think this thing is for a fan base. I think fan bases for every single team. We put so much emotion, effort, money, time, energy, all the effort goes into it, right? And you can only have one winner. Only one winner. And that could be KC. That could be the 49ers. And then once you do that, it's like, all right, start again. I just find it crazy, but also at the same time, as a player, that I play sport now. I teach pickleball. If you don't know that, you guys in America play like mini tennis. I coach that now. I coach to be competitive. I want to be a winner. I want players who want to win. Right? That's a San Fran 49er coach. I want to be a guy out there that can win, and I want to play games to win. And the same thing with our fan base, our team. All we want to do is cheer on our team for success and for them to win. That's why I have all the jerseys, all the things around me. That's why I create content here. That's why I support the team and have the great community that is Steelers Nation Australia. But it's a very funny thing because only one team can win. There's no second prize. You might get the AFC Championship trophy or the NFC Championship trophy. Sweet. But everything leads up until this season in 2023, going into 2024. This season goes into who's going to be the number one top dog at the very end. And it doesn't matter if you make the playoffs and you lose and you're out. It doesn't matter if you sweep your division 6-0. You have to get to the very, very end. But that's why it's so enjoyable too on the other side. Think back to 40 and 43 when you saw James Debo Harrison run back that interception for 99 yards down the sideline. Think back to Big Ben throwing that pass to San Antonio Holmes in the end zone. Fantastic, right? Think back to Randall L. to Ward. Like, these are fun things. These are great moments that are in Pittsburgh Steelers history. We've got 6. And yes, when we haven't been there or we haven't won a playoff game in 5 times, that's a failure. But also, this franchise has so much success. And that's why it's super hard to win. So I do wish these two teams luck, KC and SF, but I don't want to see San Fran get 6, and I kind of don't want to see KC win again. But out of these two teams, somebody has to win. It can't be a draw, and also the other 30 teams now, they can't win. Steelers can't win, Jets can't win, Giants can't win, Jaguars can't win, Saints can't win. We're all out. Broncos out, Panthers out, Commanders out. Everyone's out besides these two teams. And that's why it's so tough. And that's why I always try and, talk about this a lot, really. I like talking about this idea of that, well, Tomlin, yes, there should be pressure on him. He should be going out there getting Super Bowls. But we had no TJ Watt. And maybe this team this year for the Steelers, maybe they can't keep up with a Chiefs. I reckon they can beat a Ravens team, but I don't know about this Chiefs team. This Chiefs team has been there 6 times to the AFC Championship game in a row, 6 years in a row, and they've been to the Super Bowl 4 times. They are now the new Tom Brady and the Patriots. right? The Chiefs are in our way. So, anyways, guys, that's my bit of, I don't know, rant or like playoff history. I don't know what that is, but it's hard. It's super hard to win playoff games. It's really hard to win games. So when we go on the ride, and next year, if we go on the ride and we make the playoffs, and if it's not Trubisky, if it's Rudolph or Kenny Pickett, let's enjoy it. Enjoy every single moment, because it's really, really tough to win games to get there, and it's really, really tough to win a playoff game. The next point is it's really tough to go on that run like we did in 40 and like we did in 43, and we almost got one in 45. It could have been 3, but we saw what happened with, Big Ben's mistakes and fumbles, and we couldn't hold him out, and Green Bay got one, right? Aaron Rodgers, he's meant to be a legend. He has 1 Super Bowl, okay? Sean Payton, 1 Super Bowl. John Harbaugh, 1 Super Bowl. Where's the overall flack towards those guys? Same with Mike Tomlin, gets so much flack. It's not even funny, because he can't win this, he can't do this, and whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, there's only 1 Super Bowl winner, and that's it. So you have to give a shout out to the Chiefs. As much as I don't like them, and the reason I don't like them is because they're just successful. It's the same as the Patriots. They're just successful. We see them every year. We've seen this matchup a few years ago. And yes, I want to see new teams in there. I want to see like a Steelers, or I don't know, a Steelers versus, what can I do? Steelers versus Giants? No idea. Steelers versus Eagles? No idea. Someone like that. But we're seeing the same teams because they figured it out. They know how to win. And Mahomes is going to be a future Hall of Famer before he even hits like year 9 or year 10 into his career. He's played 6 years in the league, and he's been to the playoffs every single time, and he's been to the AFC Championship game every single time. And he's also won 2 Super Bowls, lost 1, has a chance now to win 3. So when we talk about, hey man, Steelers should be winning playoff games, yeah, they should be. At the same time, it's really, really hard to win them.